Hello everyone and welcome to Skeesh, and today we're going over ZOM 100 Bucket List of the Dead. The hidden gem of 2023 that came out of nowhere, it came out swinging, only to suffer what some would consider one of the worst possible outcomes for an anime, and that is to be slowly forgotten to the depths of time. We'll go over what made this anime so great, what sets it apart from others, and just why it suffered the unfortunate fate that it did, that it really did not even deserve. ZOM 100 was set to air in July of 2023. It had a lot of competition this season, being paired next to shows like Jujutsu Kaisen, Mushoku Tensei, Horimiya, Masamune-kun. The list pretty much goes on and on. Needless to say, the summer 2023 anime was jam-packed with a bunch of bangers. ZOM 100 first piqued my interest because of the zombie aspect. Very rarely do we get a show centered around this genre. As an enjoyer of The Walking Dead, High School of the Dead, and Call of Duty Nazi Zombie franchise, I was really looking forward to this show. The second part was the art style. It was so vibrant, you couldn't even look away from it. It was so vibrant, and there was so much color going on in the visual teaser alone that it's almost impossible for anyone not even to give it a second glance when they see it. So upon seeing it, I immediately added it to my watch list, and I was very excited to say the least. So what made ZOM 100 stand out so much? It's all about the unique blend of humor, action, and heartfelt moments. Our protagonist, Akira Tendo, finds himself in a post-apocalyptic world filled with zombies, but instead of succumbing to the despair, he embraces the chaos, almost as if he didn't even realize it was dangerous in the first place. Before the apocalypse, Akira was working for a black company. For those of you that don't know, a black company is a Japanese term used to define a company that exploits, overworks, and treats their employees like, well, pretty much animals. These companies have been in the headlines for decades, and there is no shortage of tragic events that have occurred due to the practices of these black companies. Honestly, if you'd like me to make a more in-depth video regarding black companies, leave a comment down below. I would really enjoy doing something like that. This is a really interesting topic, and there's so much information regarding black companies. Anyway, let's get back on track to the show. Akira's work life was so miserable that a zombie apocalypse was like a vacation to him. I found this a really interesting way to frame just how intense and negative the effects that some of these black companies can have on their employees. So bad, in fact, that a literal apocalypse is better than going to work every single day. So once the zombies arrive, this is where the show really began to shine. The animation quality is top-notch, capturing the intensity of zombie battles and the emotional nuances of the characters. The pacing keeps you on the edge of your seat, seamlessly transitioning between heartwarming scenes and adrenaline-pumping action. So ZOM 100 was done by a new animation studio called Bug Film. And let me just say, for being their first title, they knocked it out of the park with this one. The animation was better than some of the other well-known studios I have seen. I was really impressed with how the show was coming along until it got delayed, which is fine. I get that things happen, it's a busy season, but then it got delayed again and again. ZOM 100, the underdog anime of 2023, was slowly being shafted by delay after delay after delay after delay. The first delay for ZOM 100 arrived on August 6th. This was due to a high school baseball tournament. In Japan, high school baseball is almost as important as professional baseball. They take it very, very seriously. Now, delays are pretty common, like I mentioned before, in anime, so this wasn't really anything new. It wasn't anything to really keep your eye out for. You kind of expect things like this to happen. The show came back on August 13th and kept a great track record until September 10th. Yet again, another delay for the show. The plot was beginning to thicken for Akira and his friends, so another delay wasn't really looking great. We got 2 more episodes of ZOM 100, and just as Akira finally reunites with his parents, we get hit with it. An indefinite hiatus. So there were a lot of rumors going around online, a lot of speculation about what exactly was the cause for this hiatus. So there was a lot of speculation about time crunches, about the studio forcing the animators to work overtime, forcing these episodes into working on them within a week. There was a lot of speculation on Reddit, a lot of conspiracies going on about the show condemning black companies while also being animated by a black company. The best information I could find was a blog post from a website called Sakura Blog describing production notes and details about the director for the anime. who seem to have a track record for time-crunching episodes. The first episode of ZOM 100 is a truly fantastic ride, enabled by an up-and-coming star director and his recurring colleagues, but also reliant on a self-destructive approach that only works until it doesn't, and tends to make people's job into a living hell. And that, in a show that condemns workplaces like that, is quite a shame. It was all over the place. You couldn't find a really clear answer on what exactly was going on with this thing. So with all the conspiracy theories going on regarding the show, after scouring the internet, there didn't really seem to be a date on when this hiatus would really come to an end. And with the summer 2023 season drawing to a close, seasonal watchers were starting to get excited for the next coming season. Surprisingly, the show stayed number 3 on Reddit's r/anime weekly karma rankings all the way to week 12. But once the new season had begun to air, all talk of the show seemed to just die off. The show still had 3 whole episodes left to conclude, and it was already beginning to be swept away. It wasn't until November 6th that they finally announced the 3 final episodes were to be aired on December 25th through the 26th of 2023. But I fear by this point, it was already too late. It appeared a decent majority of the watchers had moved on to better things. So with all that being said, it personally took me until February to finish the show, and that's only because my buddies had to remind me about it. And I fell victim to slowly forgetting this great anime that I was so excited for in the beginning of the summer. It's really painful as a huge anime fan to see shows with such promise, shows that seem to stick out among the rest and have the potential to shake things up a bit, but get completely shafted by outside events. A great example of this was Wonder Egg Priority. It had everything: a one-of-a-kind plot, fantastic animation, really likable characters, the whole 9 yards. We got 12 amazing episodes, but along came episode 13. Something so bad, it literally tainted the entire anime. And now, the only thing people remember about Wonder Egg Priority is how bad the show was, when really it was just one episode masking the rest of a great show. Even with all the problems, I still have hope that ZOM 100 Bucket List of the Dead will remain in the hearts of those who stuck through the drama and remained until the very end. What the hell was that?